our first question is, when did you get started, and how did you get started in the artist, being an artist?
Well, so I originally got started 2001 ish, but I was in the military, so I had a roommate who knew about a guy who stayed down the hallway and was saying, "Man, he's making some really dope music over there." And I was in my own little world, and I decided to come out one day and go check him out, and we hit it off and ended up leaving the military in 2005, forming a group, them Southern Folks, DEMSOUTHERNFOLKZ. We had an album, The Message, and an EP, Something to Hold On. Both of those were critically acclaimed around the city of Dallas or whatever. Did some cool stuff. So around about 2005ish when it started to get serious or whatever, we dropped our first album 2007, and I've been going on since then. I recently just dropped the album last year. It was the EP, excuse me. It was the EP last year, and 2018 before that, end of 2018 going to 2019. The EP is called The Stimulus Package, KINFOK Jack Stimulus Package. You can look that up. Just recently dropped a video called The Future. And before that, it's Something to Ride To, which is my full-length album. Both are available on for download on any your favorite stores that you can go to and get.
All right. So why Arlington? What made you want to choose Arlington?
Go ahead. Sorry about that.
Yeah, just what made you want to come from Arkansas, correct?
Correct. Again, born and raised Little Rock, Arkansas. Military. Took me to Killeen, and family had moved up here to the Dallas area. I even have family in Houston. And once I got here, I saw a lane for me to be able to do my music. So took the lane and decided to stay.
Oh.
And I've been here ever since.
All right. I love the Arlington area.
Correct.
Okay. So me and you vibed off of Marjo
Gordner. Yeah, Gordner. Yeah, Mr. Marjo. That that particular documentary, I want to believe it came out in the 70s, I believe. He actually won an Oscar for that. When I first encountered it, I forget who put me onto it. I might have seen it somewhere on another video. But however, I got to it and was blown away by the whole documentary. It's one of those things that you have to see to kind of believe. And he does a good job of telling his point of view of how he was a childhood preacher. His family made a few million back in the 60s, and they would parade around America. Him being the boyhood preacher. He was all on TV shows, performing weddings, and I guess he kind of lost his way, per se, and decided to film a documentary on how he thinks it's all bamboozled. And when I tell you, he went on a spree, for lack of better words. And I mean, he went behind the scenes and he had it put together. I mean, it was scripted reality before we got the term with the whole internet craze, scripted reality, or television craze, scripted reality. It was literally scripted reality. The crazy thing about that movie or documentary, they didn't even show it in the lower part of the United States or even in the western. It was tucked away toward Vermont, New York area, in the northeastern part of the U.S., and it still won an Oscar for best documentary or something like that. But it won an Oscar, and again, you have to see it. And wow, have you ever seen Steve Martin's Leap of Faith?
Yeah.
It's the real life version of that.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, he interesting documentary, to say the least. Yeah, and you go down that rabbit hole of Marjo, you'll get the looking, and you'll be like, wow, it's literally a blueprint of false doctrine. And I guess he was doing his best to expose his point of view, I guess. But yeah, it's it's one of those things.
Yeah. So what is upcoming for you in the new future? Where can we find you on stage, or what's your plans for 2021 after this COVID thing is
Pushed
died
aside.
down?
Hopefully, cross your fingers. But so I'm working on an EP that's turning into an album. It's called Hot Water Cornbread. It's soulful, gritty. Um, it feels like Sunday dinner with the family,
All right.
with no confusion, just love and just the most perfect family meal, if you can imagine that. For those who are still in touch with their family, but yeah, it's like one of the. That's the way I describe the feeling of the project. I'm doing some shows. I recently started a catalog versus battle here in the DFW Metroplex. It's called DFW Battlegrounds. And what we do is we take artists who have a catalog, at least 10 songs, properly mixed and mastered, and they'll get 20 of their best fans, and their opponent get 20 of their best fans or so. And we try to keep it confined to a little small space as far as not getting it too big for right now, just to kind of get a core crowd. But it's turning out to be a really cool thing.
Okay.
We're at Live Wicks in Arlington. Again, DFW Battlegrounds. You can catch it on Facebook. Getting ready to get a website up here soon. But artists are welcome, singers, poets, or whatever. If we can find a need for it and a lane for it, we probably can pull off an event for it to where you can let people know about your material and potentially gain new fans. I have a few shows coming up. The 26th of March, 27th of March. I have a few things in April. I'm still waiting on those dates to be confirmed. I have a May 8th show, and hopefully I can get one of the major shows that's coming to a local spot out here in the DFW Metroplex called the Rail Club. They're getting ready to bring some national artists in, so hopefully I can get one of those. But that show should go down May 30th or 28th or something like that. But again, follow me on Instagram at KINFOK Jack Music, Facebook KINFOK Jack. KINFOK Jack Music is my fan page on Facebook, and I'll put up the details soon.
All right. Thank you for
Yes,
joining.
ma'am.
And so much for coming and joining me. And thank you, viewers, for joining me with KINFOK Jack. And you can follow me on In The Real To The Point. And also contact me if you need to contact KINFOK Jack if you miss out on his webpage. And thank you again for joining In The Real and To The Point.